One of the questions that we face every day is to find the challenges and opportunities within the social apostolate, discerning how we can face them today. The challenges we face today are quite complex, but very much interconnected. From a global perspective, I see three major challenges, rather crises that are gripping the social, economic, political, and cultural life of people. Far-right fundamentalism, breakdown of democracy, and ecological crisis. The ever-growing right-wing fanaticism of one type or another, nationalism and political populism, combined with authoritarian leadership in many countries, is keeping society under siege. There is continuous creation of anxiety, violence, war, enmity, division, social disruption, inequality, poverty, and criminalization of politics. Secondly, there is breakdown of democracy and consequently the moral, ethical values and norms that we have set before us. I believe that the far-right fundamentalism is deeply rooted in the neoliberal economic ideologies and policies. Use of phrases like development, security, national interest, etc. are encouraging people to see the other as enemy, not as companion on a common journey. Thirdly, we are facing the crisis of fierce exploitation of natural resources and the crisis of climate change at the expense of the poor, particularly the indigenous people and the farmers. We have seen recently what's happening in the Amazon with the forest fires. While the challenges are many, not merely the ones that I mentioned, there are rays of hope and opportunities for us to take hold of. We are experiencing greater energy generated by young people who raise questions. For example, Greta Thunberg, through her climate strike, has awakened the conscience of millions. We also see many local and global people's movements everywhere. Many of them risk their own lives in order to protect the rights and dignity of poor and the neglected. They come together to stand for truth and justice. I think what we can do is to make them visible and continue to generate hope. Thirdly, we have a leader in Pope Francis, who with his life, action and teaching is trying to stir the conscience of everyone, thus spreading hope, joy and peace. I think three things are very important for all of us, not only for the social apostolate. One is to see the UAPs as a process and not as a finished product. It is not so much about doing as about being. UAP is not a strategic plan with a set of goals that need to be implemented immediately. Second, it is not only a privilege of Jesuits alone, but a collaborative mission that requires a discernment in common at every level with everyone concerned. Third, it needs to be incarnated in concrete situation, in concrete communities with the people concerned. To be incarnated, we need personal, institutional, and structural conversions and changes. In that sense, the social apostolate needs conversion and must help communities and provinces to implement these UAPs concretely and in every apostolate through networking and collaboration with all, including the poor and the marginalized. In fact, this is the purpose of bringing together more than 200 people from all the conferences to Rome in November this year for a week to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Secretariat. It's not simply a celebration per se, but it is an occasion to review, renew, and recommit ourselves to the social apostolate by discerning the way forward in the lines of the UAPs for the coming years.